So I've spoken about this before, and I know a lot of you have also, but it's really worth having another discussion again. And that is when you tell a third party or you tell someone outside of the family network that doesn't really know what's going on, when you try to explain the abuses that are being reflected upon you, when you try to explain the lies, it's quite frankly almost impossible. It's almost impossible to prove a negative. The narcissist is so clever and devious in the way they set up their lies that they'll always have a response, that'll always make you appear to be the crazy one. And what do we hear? We hear, but that's your father. He wouldn't do that. But that's your mother. How could you? Or he always looks so loving towards you when you're together. And what happens at that point when we hear that? When we don't get any validation, when we're not believed, when we understand, we know, we lived through what really, really happened. All of a sudden, because of the abuse, because of PTSD, because of CPTSD, we automatically, somewhere within ourselves, feel bad about ourselves. Even though we are frustrated that someone won't believe the horrific crimes that someone close to us have perpetrated upon us, we again feel guilty. We were brought up that way. A lot of you married into that. That's just Sammy saying hello. So, here's what I'd really like to try to explain to you, and this is my observations. Not any, well, not most people are going to believe it. And especially if they know the abuser, they're not going to believe it. And I know, I've said this so many times, I know you just want to bust out and say, look what that person did. And then you're starting to feel like you're the crazy one. You're starting to feel like the black sheep. You're starting to feel guilty. You're questioning your own sense of reality because others who have no idea what you went through have witnessed the devious acts. And who's behind you with that smirk, that grin, those squinted eyes is the narcissist, getting the supply that they need. So, I know this is difficult to accept, specifically and especially if you're in the early stages of no contact or low contact, or even if you are in contact. You're not going to be able to change them. So what you're doing is you're keeping yourself in that cycle. You want to get it out there. You want to explain. You want to tell people what happened to you. And you hit a brick wall and you start feeling guilty. And that cycle spins. And you start having your self-doubt. You start having guilt and you start having shame. You're not going to be able to change that. So the best thing that you can do is either not even tell them, or if they are giving you pushback, if they're giving you the sense that they don't believe you, if they're giving you the feeling that you're crazy, that could possibly happen, bam, knock them right out of your life. I know, it sucks, right? But knock them right out. If you don't take care of yourself, if you don't take care of your own good and well mental health, no one is going to be able to do it for you. No one's going to believe you because you're going to go into a deeper depression and you're going to want more and more people to believe you. Just knock them out of your life. Done. Period. They're not going to change. They're not going to believe you. And it's not because they're bad people, although a lot of them are going to be the flying monkeys, a lot of them are going to be the golden children. There's no doubt about that. And a lot of them are going to be friends and have been hypnotized and memorized by the narcissist. But you'll be doing damage to yourself in that perpetual cycle that you'll be spinning in. And you don't need it. You simply don't need it. Look, I know this. I've been through this. And while there are a great many members that I know who also know the narcissist that get it, others simply are not worth my time. And I don't care. I know what happened to me. I was there. I was there when unspeakable, unimaginable abuses happened. And if someone doesn't believe that, or if somebody wants to defend a narcissist, or if somebody is holding back, like the golden child for that big payday, screw them. Let them. But get them out of your life. Knock them out. And if they try to get back in, like the so-called flying monkey, and they're trying to bait you and they're trying to get more information, they are unhealthy for you. This is not going to help you move forward. This is a tough stage. This is a tough thing to do when you have to let people go. Remember, there was a video I did, and it talked about unconditional friendship. That is, if I call you my friend, it's without conditions, it's without ties. I don't want anything for myself except for you to feel safe and secure in being able to communicate with me. And if someone cannot give you that unconditional relationship, they simply don't deserve your time. And you don't deserve to be in the cycle. Take a look at the overall picture of that. That in itself is a large part of the narcissistic abuse where they get their supply. I am confident. Now, I've watched my narcissist actually gaslight others and get their supply. And you could see it clearly. No one's doubting you. Not in this community. They're poison. They don't believe you if they cannot extend unconditional friendship. They're no good for you. They're toxic. Whether they know it or not, that's their problem. It's not yours. And when you meet somebody new, you don't have to spill your guts. You don't have to do that. You have to wait. I'm going to do a video on trust issues. Ooh, I've been dreading that one. That one's a really rough one for me. And I'm sure it is for you too. I'll do that shortly. I'll do that soon. They don't believe you. They're not worth your time. You deserve the peace of having unconditional friendship, unconditional relationships, where someone gives you empathy, someone believes you, someone gets you. Go get it. Knock those toxic people out. Have that peace. You deserve it. Thank you.